If the Red Guardian had stopped the Winter Soldier from assassinating Tony Stark's parents, the history of the Marvel Universe would have taken a dramatic turn. In this universe, the Red Guardian received orders from his superiors to go undercover on a secret mission in Ohio, USA. At the same time, the Red Room military activated the Winter Soldier. Their final mission was the same: to assassinate the Stark couple and obtain the Super Soldier Serum. The assassination that was supposed to be carried out by the Winter Soldier was stopped at the critical moment by the Red Guardian, who was on the same mission. The Red Guardian believed that as long as Stark knew there was a spy inside, it would be enough to create chaos within the US government. The two immediately clashed. But the sudden arrival of police forced them to retreat. This failure became the Winter Soldier's first defeat, and his superiors informed him that the team had been exposed and needed to evacuate on their own. As a result, the Stark couple survived, and a cat-and-mouse game to capture the Soviet super soldiers began. Meanwhile, the two learned from public information that they had to go to Las Vegas to find the contact codenamed Castle. They stole a luxury car along the way as a means of transportation. However, a roadside inspection quickly exposed their identities. The Winter Soldier wanted to break through by force, but the Red Guardian's poor driving skills repeatedly put them in danger. Eventually, they had no choice but to deliberately cause a car crash to stop S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and escape into a cornfield. This move forced Foster to transform into a giant and start the pursuit. Their path forward grew increasingly uncertain. After swapping seats, the Red Guardian took the S.H.I.E.L.D. and successfully knocked down the giant. But the road ended in a cliff, and they still charged forward at full speed. By midnight, all that was found was the wreckage of the vehicle, while they had already taken cover inside a nearby veterinary clinic. In a brief moment of rest and mutual encouragement, a sense of brotherhood first grew in their hearts. However, at that moment, General Drake issued an order to assassinate the Red Guardian.
Shostakov has become a liability. Put a bullet in his thick skull and get back here.
The two stole another car and finally arrived in Las Vegas, successfully finding the contact codenamed Castle. After a brief introduction, the Red Guardian was completely disappointed the person before him was just a petty capitalist with no relation to a communist warrior. Under Castle's advice, they suddenly realized that they were merely tools of their superiors. The Winter Soldier then countered and killed Castle using martial arts, and the two finally recognized the evil nature of the Red Room. Their friendship was rekindled. They fought off pursuers together and then jumped from the building to escape. Facing S.H.I.E.L.D. forces and the giant Foster, they cooperated seamlessly and managed to defeat them. When they reached a distant building, the soldiers had already arrived. The Winter Soldier knew that if he were brainwashed again, he would have to kill the Red Guardian with his own hands. He confessed that he had indeed received the order to assassinate the Red Guardian and offered him the last vial of serum, but the Red Guardian refused to take it. At this time, the brainwashing command began to take effect, and the Winter Soldier was about to lose himself. He unexpectedly discovered that covering his ears could resist the brainwashing. At that moment, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents suddenly broke in. The two fought back together.
In the end, the fight is never the point. It's your friendships that change the course of history.
Their superiors on the machine demanded that the Winter Soldier reveal the Red Guardian's whereabouts, only to receive the cold reply: he has already sacrificed himself for his country. Meanwhile, in a remote elementary school, the Red Guardian, under an assumed identity, became a PE teacher. Eventually, he even joined the original Avengers team, recommended by the giant Foster.